Hello there, it's me again. Oh, I'm getting a lot of echo from that unit now. Yeah, I thought I'd better do a quick pickups video because I'm off work for most of next week. I'm working tomorrow, then I'm off for the rest of the week. And I don't know when I'm next going to be able to do one, but I have actually bought some stuff. And as the title of this would suggest, it's mainly been Xbox stuff, but I'll get to that in a minute. I've been playing a few more games this week. I'm trying to remember what ones I've played. I've been playing Catherine on the PlayStation because it's one that I've been meaning to play for years. I finally bought it on sale last month, and I'm enjoying it. I like the like climbing up the towers gameplay part of it. I'm not as keen on the walking around and chatting to people side of it, but one thing I will say is the cutscenes in it are so bloody long, but it's an enjoyable story so far. I know it's a fairly old game now. I've finished the third night, I think, and my theory at this point is that the blonde Catherine's going to be a succubus, but I'm not certain on that. If you have played the game, let me know if I'm right or wrong, but don't tell me what actually does happen if I'm wrong. Okay? And I've also been playing a bit more of Prim, which I had on pre-order from when it was on Kickstarter, and I've been waiting for about 3 years for that. It's a black and white Tim Burton style cartoon, point and click, about Death's daughter. Kind of, she turns 16 and Death kind of takes custody of her, and that's about as far as I've got yet so far, but that's enjoyable. I don't know whether I mentioned I'd started doing my Viking history course again last time, but I've been doing that and I've finished that and I've got a distinction, so that's a nice bit of positivity for me at the moment. And I've started another course as well in Norse mythology. I set off the first module for that yesterday, so hopefully that'll go well. But you're here for pickups really, aren't you? So let's have a look at them. Now, first pickup isn't retro at all. It's based around the fact that I'm spending a lot more time in my room at the moment, and the PlayStation is downstairs. So I've bought myself a PlayStation Portal, which so far I'm enjoying it. The first night I had it, it was laggy as hell and really horrible to use, and I considered sending it back. But it turned out that my sons were downloading loads of stuff on the PlayStation at that point. Playing it when the PlayStation isn't downloading worked really well. So that's what I've been playing Catherine on mainly. And I've downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 to give it a fourth attempt to see whether I can enjoy it. Because I get to a certain point and I just think, do you know what, I can't be bothered with this. Sorry for the jumpy cut there. That was my mother-in-law asking me if I wanted a cup of tea. I didn't. That's the important thing. So, pickups. On, I think it was Tuesday, I took myself to the recycling centre, and it's not been great for games recently, but this week they had quite a few original Xbox games. So, the original Xbox ones were £2 each, and the 360 one was £1. So, what I've managed to pick up, and these are all complete with manuals, etc. We've got Finding Nemo. We've got X-Men Next Dimension, which I've never heard of. Looks like a fighting game. Then we've got Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. Battle with 18 superheroes. Blah 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 blah. Your surroundings are a weapon. That looks like another beat 'em up. Then I've also got Red Dead Redemption: Undead Nightmare, which, as I've said, I'm trying Red Dead Redemption 2, but this was one that I didn't have for the 360 collection, and for £1 I couldn't say no to it. Spyro's A Hero's Tale. We've got Def Jam: Fight for New York. I've never played a Def Jam game, so that'll be an interesting one for me to actually have a go at. And I'll get to how much I could have paid for these elsewhere in a minute. We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which looks as exciting as I've always found Buffy. which is not very. I've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer maybe 4 times, just when it's happened to be on telly, and every single time it's the exact same episode. So I've seen one episode of Buffy 4 times, which some people might say that's good, some people might say that's bad. I can't get into it. We've also got Shenmue 2, and within there we've also got the DVD with the recap of Shenmue 1. So I might watch that because I've never got around to actually completing Shenmue before. And then we've also got the first one that turned out to be a duplicate, and that is Spider-Man. So that will be getting traded into somewhere very well known, undoubtedly. So for all of them, I paid £17, and had I bought them in CEX, I would have spent £63.50. So even if some of them, as I said a lot in the last video, are just there to look good on the shelf, I'm up. I think Def Jam alone was about £18 on CEX, so I'm very happy with them. But then I went to the car boot sale this morning. I actually got up early enough for a car boot sale, and I picked up a few games. First one is another duplicate because I didn't realise I had it. That's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Island Thunder. Then we've got Medal of Honor Frontline, which apparently is for a charity pack and not for resale. Does anyone know what charity pack that would have been in? That sounds interesting. I did buy a charity pack for PS1 when I was younger, and it was about £20, 4 games in it. It had the first Tomb Raider, had a wrestling game. I can't remember the other 2 that were in there, but I do remember buying charity packs when I was younger. We've got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow, which is a first-person shooter. Actually, all of these first-person shooters, but they were only £1 each, so I'm not turning them down. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2. So that's what, if you take out the duplicates, I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 original Xbox games to the collection this week for about £12. So very happy with that. I have also bought myself quite a few VHS tapes. And the ones that I've bought today, somehow I didn't have this on VHS at all. Who doesn't have Jurassic Park? Possibly my favourite film ever. Definitely my favourite English language film ever. But it's classic Spielberg. It's fantastic. The CGI still holds up better than stuff in Jurassic World does. No, surely no one's not seen Jurassic Park. Then I've got myself RoboCop, which I saw for the first time ever about 3 months ago. That was entertaining, but I just liked it because of the artwork more than anything else. This was a film that came out when I was at college, and I remember people saying it was the funniest film ever made. I don't quite rate it as highly as that, but it is very funny. That is Freddy Got Fingered. And then also I've picked up Con Air. Now, I'm not a great fan of Nicolas Cage, but I do love Con Air, and I think he plays it so well with his southern accent, and it's funny. Actually, it's more funny than anything else. I don't know whether it's intended to be funny, but I do find it to be a very funny film. But the biggest pickup, or rather the most expensive pickup I've picked up this week, is this, which is the Complete V collection on VHS. So this includes the original classic movie, parts 1 and 2, the Final Battle, parts 1, 2 and 3, and the TV series, volumes 1 to 9. I've never watched V before. I know that my mother-in-law rates it incredibly highly, and she's massively into her sci-fi. But it could be heavily influenced by the fact that she has a bit of a thing for Sam Neill. We'll see. But those are the pickups this week. Let me know what you think of them, and whether I've bought some duffs at all. As I said, I'm off work this week. On Thursday, I'm going for a bit of a long road trip to collect something rather special for the collection. So hopefully I'll be able to do a video on that by the end of the week. But until then, take care of yourselves and goodbye.